Welcome to Podnutz Daily, episode number 330. The show for computer repair techs by computer repair techs. I think you get the message by now. That's what we do. We have computer repair shops and computer repair business owners who own shops, and they come on and they tell you what's going on with their business and their tips and their tricks and business ideas and how things are going, if they're doing, if business is good, if it's slowed down, all kinds of stuff. On the show today is no stranger to the show, or many of the Podnutz shows, actually. We're happy to have him on Podnutz Daily. Eric Ardini from SiliconWrench.com. What's up, Eric?
Oh, not much, Steve. Thanks for having me back.
No problem. Last episode of on Nuts at Night, you were helping us uphold the web standards of HTML, if you remember, and we appreciated that. So it's good that you're helping us out on this show, too.
No problem. I try to help.
Yes.
I try. I can only try.
So, your business is Silicon Wrench, for anybody who has not heard you on another show. How's it going over there?
It's been really good last few months, but then September, I'd say the last 2 weeks of September really slowed down. And I don't know if everybody got their back to school stuff done, and then, I don't know, something fell off. So it got down. I mean, I've always had, something coming in and out, but nothing like I'm used to. So what I just kind of wanted to give everybody a couple ideas of things to do and what I did actually when it slowed down. Because when you own your own business, there's, not much downtime. And when you do have downtime, you gotta, I personally feel that you gotta kind of soak that time up and make it kind of, you're not going to get paid for that because you don't have a job right then, but make it something where it'll benefit you in the future so that it'll end up paying off later.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So a couple of things that I did, and I think I brought this up on Podnutz Daily previously, is I visited some Chamber of Commerce again. So when you're down, you think, well, maybe I should advertise, and then you run an ad and it costs you $150 for a weekend on the newspaper, and it doesn't really, give you much return. So you try to find other ways to advertise. And I think a Chamber of Commerce is nice. It's really nice if you can get into it, if you have the time and spend the time networking with the other business professionals around your area, because that's an easy way to get other, if you do business calls to get business, and then also people have personal computer home problems that you can pick up there too.
What's the procedure for you do what, you just march in and say I'm here? Like how would you exactly go about getting recognized and involved in the Chamber of Commerce?
So what I do, I go into the Chamber of Commerce because they're not all the same. You go in the Chamber of Commerce and usually they'll have a benefits package ready for you. It's like a folder. It'll tell you, say how many members are in their chamber, what kind of things that would be great for you as a business, because they really want you to join. What would be the benefits of you joining their chamber, and what kind of advertising opportunities come along with the chamber, which basically, right off the bat, the average price for a Chamber of Commerce around here is about $200 a year. And that gets you advertising in their newsletters. You'll get a chance to have a ribbon cutting, which is a way for people in the business community to know your business, because they'll bring out members of the community just to make a group around your business when you cut the ribbon. But then also that gets a picture of it taken by the newspapers, and that will be then put into the newspaper as a ribbon cutting, open for business kind of article in the paper. It's part of the package. So for $200, you're getting your advertisement in the newspaper anyway.
It's a great idea. Plus, ribbon cutting is just a cool thing to have.
Yeah, and it's a nice way to present yourself if you're not sure how you would want to design your ad anyway. That's kind of a standard way. You've got a ribbon cutting. Welcome to the, everybody come on in. Welcome. I'm here in the neighborhood. Come check it out.
Right.
And you get a chance to more than an ad can do. You actually can sit down. A follow-up thing that the newspaper does here is they'll do an open for business section in the newspaper, which actually goes in the paper a second time, separate from the ribbon cutting, where they'll send an interviewer to interview you about your business, and you can tell in detail what you want your customers to hear about your business more than just a little 3x5 ad can do.
So if you literally just go in, plunk down $200, all this is, you'll get all this.
Right.
Wow, that's amazing.
Some of them have different criterias. Like, say, if you have like one I visited the other day, it depended on how many people work for you, how many people are employed there. The more people that are employed there, the higher the price was. And I thought that was a little interesting. I've never seen that before. But then, it doesn't get really expensive. You're not going to end up spending thousands of dollars for this.
Right.
And then included in that, then you get invitations to be in parades where, say, like I've got this Nissan Cube that's all decorated with the silicon wrench all over it. I'm invited to be in parades, and for $5, I can drive around in parade and throw out candy and business cards, or however you want to do it, and then promote my business that way.
Damn.
And that's kind of insider stuff that you don't always get to know, because you're going to have to know a couple weeks ahead of time if there's going to be a parade coming. And this is kind of stuff you get from the chamber.
Damn. And this is the kind of thing where people are standing on the side of the road going, how do I get into a parade?
Right.
When they see your car drive by.
Yeah, you're like, well, wow, that guy got in the parade.
Right.
That's not much of a float.
I like
but
your
hey,
cube.
he gave me some candy, so that's cool. Maybe I'll call him.
He hit me in the head with a Tootsie Roll. I like your cube here. That's pretty cool looking.
Yeah, it's a good advertisement. It's good on gas. It works. If I could do computer repair out of a Bonneville or a Cadillac, I'd rather do that just because they're more comfortable. But that's fine.
That's cool. A Hummer.
Yeah, that'd be all right too. That would probably be a good ad. Actually, there's a welding guy in town who has a fleet of Hummers, and that just but it kind of shows me that, man, maybe you're charging too much for your welding services when you have more than one Hummer.
Yeah, I guess so. But you get noticed. I guess
you do. Definitely did. And he's got the big rims on him too.
Are you serious?
Yeah, yeah. And flames go on the side. Yeah.
Oh man, I'm still trying to wrap my head around the big rims thing. I'm like, please, will that fad pass? Please, I cannot look at it anymore.
The spinners left. That was one good thing, I think.
Yes.
The big rims are still here though.
Oh, yeah. They're huge. They're huge down here. Anyway, so these are great tips so far, Eric.
Yeah, and basically the chamber will charge you so much a year. And then there's also, and I think almost every chamber does this, there's giving levels. Now there's the main amount of money you're going to give, and that'll get you X amount of advertising potentials and it's kind of a standard thing. You'll get the newsletter in the mail. And some of them don't do it in the mail anymore. Some of them just do online. But then you might get like a little advertisement in the newsletter once every 5 months or something. But if you give 125% of what they want from you, you'll get, say, a business card sized ad in every newsletter. Or if you give 150%, whenever the chamber holds like a cookout, your name will be on their banner. So if you bump up that membership a little bit more a year, you get more advertising out of them. And
do you go for like the whole thing?
No, not the whole thing. I think I'm at one. I think I did the 150% in the town that I'm in, and then I was just kind of looking. And the thing is, a lot of the towns can be so close. I'm going to make it a goal from now on to join a new chamber every year, just for the free advertising and just to get my name known. Because I'm traveling in all these towns around here anyway. I might as well be involved in their chambers, and maybe they'll have events that I never heard of, or a dinner that I could really do something, or maybe I could give a speech at something. Things that you don't hear about. That's the only way you're going to know about this.
Right. Great idea, man. A great idea. I don't know how many people are actually doing this. It's really smart.
Anything to get when it's slow, man. You just take your time and think about getting your name out there again, so then it'll get busy again. So that's advertising. Doesn't just have to be a TV spot or a radio spot or a newspaper spot, because those are, I think, the newspaper is the most inefficient way of advertising. I really haven't had much luck with it. It's
like throwing something into an ocean, and like hoping that somebody sees it.
Yeah, and then hoping that there's boats actually out there even to see it, because there's not a lot of people who even subscribe to the newspaper anymore. With the economy down, that's probably one of the first things people cut out of their budget, I think, is a newspaper subscription. They really,
right.
Unless they're looking for a job, then they might bring it back up a little bit.
Right. Cool. Well, that's awesome. I mean, it sucks that you're not busy, but at least you have the opportunity now to do these things.
Yeah, right. It's stuff that I've been wanting to get around to, things like that.
Yeah.
Another thing is you've had him as a guest before, and Professor Messer at professormesser.com, just studying up on like the network. In fact, I'm watching the videos from him for the Network Plus. I don't have that certification. I don't know a whole lot about that, and I'm just going through. That takes some time, but if you can put away a half an hour a day just to learn a little something you don't know. And there's a lot of stuff to learn on Professor Messer's website. It's great that he's a part of the Podnutz community, and it's great that he offers the service to everybody for free. It's amazing.
And actually, it is amazing. That's the part that's amazing, is that it's free.
Yeah, I mean, if I had the time, I would be more inclined to pay for this. When I don't have the time, having it free and just there to jump into and grab something real quick is I love it.
I can imagine. I mean, and you could access it from any like devices and stuff. So it's like it's always within reach.
Yeah,
it's not like you have to go home, get your book, and find out what chapter you're in, and open it up, and it's like it's just most of us these days, geeks anyway. We have an internet capable device at hand at some point, so you can just jump on that and do a little training.
Definitely. Yeah. If you got a tablet, you can actually maybe sit outside on the porch, enjoy some fresh air and take in some stuff. I went to school part-time, to learn how to do the computers, and that was night classes and things. And it was, sometimes that just gets daunting. You don't always want to be out at the community college at 7 o'clock at night every, night.
Right.
And you're really not really learning a whole lot out there. So at least, if you're looking at listening to a podcast or watching a video online, and you already knew the subject matter and you already pretty much had a grasp on what you just learned, you're not out nothing.
Right.
It's not like you paid anything to a professor at the college. Yeah, sure, you got a credit now that you didn't have, but is your time, how much is your time worth then?
Exactly. I'm totally with you on that. Good. Yeah, Professor Messer, he was on. He has a great site, and I actually like how he does his recordings. He put time into like using good equipment and a good camera, and he does it right. So
yeah, you're not watching some kid opening up a laptop box on YouTube when you're watching it. It's quality, definitely. I agree.
Awesome, Eric.
And then one thing, another thing that I've kind of dabbled in. I don't want to get too deep into this, but it's there's like on-site and work market and things where you can just put your name out there, and when people have service contracts with other companies, they can call on you to do some service for them from out of town. I kind of started this a while back when I got a phone call out of the blue that nursing home needed some help with a computer that they couldn't get to boot. And there was one gentleman in Indiana who was servicing all of these computers for all of these nursing homes across the country. And he just physically couldn't get out here for the price that it would cost me to do it separately from him.
Right.
So I worked on that, and that worked out good. He paid me. And so then I kind of started looking around, maybe there's some other opportunities like this. And I've heard of other people, and I'm not sure the names of them, but there's only one that I've really gotten into. It's called Work Market. It's at workmarket.com. And so and there's certification tests that you take there, and you can be eligible for different jobs and things that you might not normally consider computer repair. But if you're, mechanically inclined or electronically trained, they're easy jobs, and the money's not that bad. It's maybe not what you're used to at working for yourself, but if you need some money to get by it, I've done a few of them recently, and they're not bad at all.
Now, what's the service that you used for this?
It's called Work Market. Work Market, I think it's workmarket.com.
And what does that entail to sign up for that?
You do have to. I got into it when they were just beta testing. Somehow I got into it early before they even had any people giving out jobs from it, or hardly any people who could work on them. But now I think there's jobs out there in all kinds of different areas, more than just IT.
So you just put your information out there, and then people know you're available to do these jobs
Right.
Get it done. And then, okay, so you can also find people and do work for you. Have you done that? Or have you found somebody on here?
I haven't. The thing that with Work Market,